Most people who live in apartments eventually get used to the noise above them. Footsteps, furniture dragging, the occasional late-night thud. It becomes part of the background of daily life. But for Daniel, the noise above his ceiling didn't become background. It became routine, and then it became impossible. Daniel had moved into a small third-floor unit in an older building, just outside the city. The place was cheap, clean enough, and close to his job. The only issue, at least at first, was the apartment above him. Every night, almost like clockwork, he'd hear slow, deliberate footsteps pacing. From one end of the ceiling to the other, not quick steps, not normal walking, just heavy, unhurried movement back and forth, sometimes for hours. He tried to ignore it. People work late shifts. People have insomnia. It happens. But after a few weeks, the pattern started to feel intentional. The footsteps always began around 112 not 110, not 115. Always 112, and sometimes, mixed in with the pacing, he'd hear the distinct scrape of what sounded like a chair being dragged across the floor, followed by silence. So complete it made his ears ring. One night, after being woken up. For the 5th time that week, Daniel went upstairs to politely ask whoever lived there to keep it down. He climbed the stairwell, found the door, directly above his unit, and stopped. There was no apartment number on the door, just a blank brass plate. He knocked anyway. No answer. He knocked again, harder. Nothing. The hallway was dead silent. The next morning, he mentioned it to the building manager while picking up a package. The manager frowned and told him there wasn't an apartment. Above his unit, Daniel laughed, assuming it was a joke. The manager didn't laugh back. He pulled out a laminated floor plan from the office drawer and pointed to the layout. Above Daniel's apartment was the roof access and a small maintenance storage space. No residential unit, no tenants, no furniture. Daniel insisted he heard footsteps every night. The manager just shrugged and said old buildings make strange noises. Pipes expand, wood settles. You'd be surprised what echoes through walls, he told him. That night Daniel stayed awake. 112 came and went, nothing. He almost felt relieved. Then at 116, 4 slow footsteps crossed directly above his bed. He didn't sleep at all. The next day he bought a cheap broom and at exactly 112. The following night, he stood on his mattress and tapped the ceiling 3 times. The footsteps stopped immediately. For 10 seconds, there was complete silence. Then 3 taps came back, directly above him, perfectly spaced. Heavy enough to shake dust from the light fixture, Daniel moved out 2 weeks later. He didn't tell anyone why. A month after he left, a new tenant moved into his old unit. The building manager later mentioned, in passing, that the new guy had already complained about someone upstairs pacing all night. The manager checked the floor plan again. Still no apartment. Still just a locked storage room. They opened it this time. There was no furniture, no windows, no sign anyone had been inside for years. But the layer of dust covering the concrete floor had one clear path worn through it. A long, narrow trail stretching from one wall to the other, over and over again, as if something had been walking the same route every night for a very long time.